Mainly we have two types of question, open-ended questionnaire and close-ended questionnaire. Collection of data simply means that it is an act or a process of gathering and measuring the information. In primary sources, we have mainly three ways of collecting primary data. One is telephone interview, personal interview and mailed questionnaires. Hello everybody, I'm your Divya ma'am, lecturing Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, Mysuru, the Temple of Excellence. Today I take this opportunity to welcome you all, my dear students, on session 1, that is your chapter number 2, collection of data. The topic for today's discussion, introduction, sources of data, collection of data, questionnaire, types of questions, methods of question preparation, modes of data collection and pilot survey. So in the previous chapter, we have discussed what is economics is all about and why statistics is important in economics and what is the uses of statistics in economics. In today's class, we will be discussing about the collection of data. So in this chapter, you will be able to understand what is collection of data and what are the different types of collections of data and what is questionnaire, how to prepare a questionnaire, why questionnaire becomes important and what are the things to be considered while preparing the questionnaire. Moving forward, let us discuss first what is collection of data. What do you all mean by collection of data? Collections means collection of data. So what do you all mean by collection? Collection means taking, pooling the information. Data is nothing but the information. So what is the information we wanted to collect, which is regarded to our research, which is respective to the subject we have taken, we have to collect the information. So collection of data simply means that it is an act or a process of gathering and measuring the information. It is nothing but pooling the information from various sources, taking up the information from various sources. So collection of data simply means it is the process of gathering and measuring the information. So we have two types of data collection method. One is primary data collection method. The other is the secondary data collection method. So what is this primary data collection method and what is the secondary data collection method? Primary data means the data which is collected for the first time, the data which you get for the first time, the information you people yourself going to the survey and getting up the information. So primary data are the data which is collected for the first time. Primary data are the data which is collected for the first time. What is secondary data? The data which is already been collected and that data we are taking for our research purpose, for our study purpose. Then it is called as secondary data collection method. So you go to a market, if you go to an exhibition, if you go to a mall, these days a person will be standing in front of you, giving a card to you people, giving a questionnaire to you people to fill up the questionnaire. So what it is nothing but the primary data collection. In hand, the information have been collected from you people. If you see YouTube, any channel, you'll be having a survey. They'll give skip survey. You'll be skipping that survey. You'll not anyhow fill that surveys, but they will give you certain questionnaire to be filled in, to be answered. What is that? The data is being collected from you people for the first time. All those things are primary data. So the data which is collected for the first time is called as what? Primary data. And the data which is already been collected, we have newspapers, we have reports, we have the publication. So from there, if we take up the information, then it becomes secondary data sources or secondary data collection method. So in this, we'll discuss what are the sources from where we can collect the primary data, what are the modes of collecting the primary data. Moving forward, we have collection of data. As I have told you, data can be collected through various sources. In primary sources, we have mainly three ways of collecting primary data. One is telephone interview, personal interview, and mailed questionnaire. So what is this telephone interview? Interview simply means telephone interview. We have personal interview. We have mailed questionnaire. Mailed questionnaire. We have mailed questionnaire. So what is this interview? Inter means viewing personally, meeting the person face to face and then collect the information. Interviewing means face to face presentation and then collecting the information. We have personal interview. What is this method? This is a primary method of collecting the data. So in personal interview, what you people do? You go to a person and then face to face you ask the questions. Your questions will be already been structured. The question already been noted down by you people, and you ask the question face to face and the respondent will answer the question. The entire process is called as personal interview. So you can see the cricketers during cricket time, during the match time, the anchor or the person goes to a cricketer and then take up the interview. It is personal interview. So face-to-face interview will happen wherein the respondents will give the information. So the respondents will note down all the points to be answered, and you can see the expression. You can see the person answering in person to the questions that has been asked. So that is the main advantage we have in personal interview. And the next we have in the primary data source collection is telephone interview. So this is the most advanced way of collecting the information, that is telephone interview, because you people will not leave phone, isn't it? So everywhere all across the world now we people you are using the mobile phone, telephone. So due to the technology we are using lot of advancement in your mobile phone. So telephone interviews has become the more advanced way of collecting the primary data. So over a phone call they collect the information. The only disadvantage you have is you will not be able to see the respondent's expression, respondent reaction cannot be known to you people. The only thing you can only get their voice, and through that voice you will be asking the question and the respondent will be answering to the things. So here the information what they are giving might be biased, might be false information as well. That is the disadvantage we have in telephone interview. And the most popular method of data collection is mailed questionnaire. So in the upcoming slide, I'll be explaining you regarding what is a questionnaire, and how the questionnaire had to be prepared. While preparing the questionnaire, what are the following points to be considered and how the questionnaire to be formed. All those things we'll be discussing in the upcoming slides. Now we'll discuss about mailed questionnaire. So what is this mailing? So with the advancement of technology, with the help of internet, through all across the world, or the cross border also, we can mail them. Electronic mail, with the help of internet we can mail them. So in mail we have this options CC, BCC. So what is this CC? This is carbon copy. What is this BCC? Blind carbon copy. So a same message has to be sent to a different persons. You will use carbon copy. You just copy it and you put the mail address of them. BCC means you will put the mail address to them, but the other respondent will not be knowing that this person have viewed your mail. That is blind carbon copy. So with all these advantages, now the respondents, now the statisticians, now the interviewer will use mailed questionnaire because it can reach all across the world within no time. At the same time, we have all these advantages in your mailed questions, in your mail thing. So that is why they are using mailed interview to take up the information. So they'll type the message and they'll give you the stipulated time period, and within which the respondent have to give the answer to the question that has been asked by the interviewer. Moving forward, we have, so as I have told you, it is not only the 3 ways that has been restricted for collecting the primary data. We have many other things, forms and questionnaire, we have interview method, we have observation. Through observing also, in a field survey, they observe the respondents, how they are behaving, what is their reaction, and from observation also they will be collecting the data. Next, documents and record, they'll do focus group among the respondents, they'll group, and for one group they'll focus it, and from that focus group they take up the information. We have combination research, online tracking. I have been told you people, if you go for a YouTube channel, so in YouTube channel you'll get a survey to be filled, or you'll be getting an advertisement. If you go to the public places like mall or anywhere else, a person will be standing to take up. All those things are what? All those things are primary data collection method. So online tracking, so you can use that YouTube, Instagram, wherein you'll give skip survey, but that is nothing but the collection of information what they are doing for. Online marketing analysis and social media monitoring. So all these are what? Data collection, modern data collection methods. Moving further, we have questionnaire. So what do you all mean by questionnaire? Questionnaire is nothing but a list of questions that has to be asked to the respondent. So for example, you people have seen your examination question. In your examination hall, you people have seen the question paper. In that, many questions will be asked, and for that each mark will be allotted and you will answer that. So this is also one kind of a question, but your questionnaire is totally different. Questionnaire is nothing but the list of questions to be asked for the respondents on what area they want the information. So questionnaire means what? A list of questions, a list of things that the researcher wanted to know from the respondent. So in a sheet of a paper, they list the questions and they will give to the respondent, and respondent will answer those questions. So this is one of the method of, or a technique of collecting the data, collecting the information. Types of questions. Mainly we have 2 types of question: open-ended questionnaire and close-ended questionnaire. What do you mean by this close-ended questionnaire? Where the question itself stipulate the answer to yes or no. So yes or no type questions you people have come across, right? So I'll be giving a question. Did you like Divya ma'am class? You say either yes or no, because answer have already been closed there. This is kind of a closed end questionnaire. Or I'll be giving multiple choice option, MCQ. What does this MCQ stands for? Multiple choice question. So in multiple choice questions, what I'll be doing? I'll be asking you, what are you liking Divya ma'am class? Average, good, best and worst. So I'll be giving A, B and C, D options in that, okay? And you will be picking one option, whether it is good or bad. So that kind of questionnaire is called as what? Closed-ended questionnaire. So this is multiple choice questions and the options will be given. So this kind of questionnaire is called as what? Closed-ended question. So multiple choice question, as I have already told you people, options will be given. So you cannot go out of the options. You have to answer within the options itself, like A, B, C, D and E option. You have to choose one option. So this is the most used method for all competitive exams. So that is what? Your multiple choice questions. You can easily answer that. If you go for any further competitive exams, government exams to be taken up, so you will not be facing to write a plenty of sheet to be written. It is nothing but your multiple choice questions that you will see further, so that you have to crack any government exams or any competitive exams. So next we have is open-ended question. So what is this open-ended question? So it will not restrict the answer. It will give a respondent an advantage to answer whatever they feel in their heart. For example, I'll give you, what is the view that have been seen in Chamundi Hill? What is the view that you have seen in Himachal Pradesh? So you can give any of the answer. It is being open to the respondent. So this is the difference between open-ended question and close-ended questions. Pictorial questions, so they'll put a picture and from that picture they'll draw a question. So mainly we have two types of questionnaire. One is open-ended question and close-ended questionnaire. Open-ended questions, email questions and dichotomous questionnaire. What is this yes or no type? Okay, this is called as dichotomous questionnaire. So these are the different types of questionnaire they follow while you're going for a survey. So what do you mean by survey, man? You've been using this word survey. What do you mean by survey? Survey is nothing but an act of collecting the information from a respondent through questionnaire. So I repeat, what is a survey? Survey is nothing but systematic act of collecting the information from an individual through questionnaires. Moving forward, we have methods of questionnaire preparation. So while preparing the questionnaire, what are the following points to be considered? What are the things to be noted down while preparing the questionnaire? The first thing is, if the things are clumsy, it will be very difficult for you people, right, to understand. So first thing is, the question should be very simple, easy and crisp. It should not be lengthy question. So in your examination only, what you will be doing, if it is a lengthy question, ma'am, we don't want to attempt that lengthy questions, we will leave that lengthy question, you say, right? But here the lengthy questions will not be entertained. So while preparing the questionnaire, it is your responsibility as a researcher to prepare a questionnaire with a very easy, simple and a crisp manner. It should be very easy to answer and we should not use a jargon word, difficult word. The very easy language should be used. Difficult jargon words is used, the respondent will not get to know what is the question that has been asked, because if you don't understand the question, the answer what you give also will be wrong. So it should be very easy, it should be very simple, the question should not be lengthy. At the same time, the question should not use any difficult word. It should be able to understand the normal person as well. It should be in a good communication language. So in that a questionnaire, easily the respondent can answer that and they can get the information. Moving forward, modes of data collection. So in the previous slide only I have explained you people regarding the modes of data collection. So telephone interview, let us discuss the advantage of telephone interview. It is very quick. So over a phone call, if you want a person to be interviewed, it is very quick. It takes no less time to reach the respondent. It is efficient, inexpensive. It is very less cost. You can use it ineffectively because over a phone call, it will reach the person within no time. Limited by do not call registry. So it is very limited. So whenever if the person doesn't get you over a phone call, that will become a disadvantage for you people. People are irritated by unwanted calls. Sometimes they feel it is very unwanted calls and they ignore the calls. If you have seen that the bank people call you people for the loan and for the other purpose, you just say disconnected, that we are not interested, because sometimes the information what you wanted to reveal will not be entertained by the other people because you don't like to reveal the confidential information. So you get a irritation while you feel that it is an unwanted call and you don't respond it. So this is the advantage and these are the disadvantage we have in telephone interview. And next we have is personal interview. So personal interview advantages, it is easier to get people to respond. So they'll be in front of us only. So in a classroom, what happens? You ask the question and I'll be answering it. Then and there only the things will get sorted out. You're also in Personal interview, it will be very easy for you people to get connected to the respondents because they are in front of you only and they can answer the question very easily. Next, we have easy to administer. It is expensive. You have to meet the person in place. You have to go wherever the respondent is and then collect the information. It takes time as well as it is more expensive. And next, it takes time to tabulate the results. So whatever the information is given has to be recorded again. Okay, so that takes a lot of time as well as it is costly. Those are the advantages as disadvantages of telephone interview as well as personal interview. Moving forward, modes of data collection. Again, mail survey we have discussed. So in mail survey, it is very inexpensive. Why it is inexpensive? Because all across the universe world, you can reach through the mail. It is very easy. It's been a very popular mode of communication nowadays. So in a corporate sector or any school, colleges, any institution, if you go, the mode of communication is what? Your mail survey itself or the mail interview. Inexpensive it is. Reach large audience within no time because of the options which I have shown you people. Any number of CCs you can put, any number of BCC you can put. So that is why it reaches large audience. And next, respondent find them less interesting. What is it? Intrusive, less intrusive. They feel it is very less. So they are not coming to us and taking up the information. Successful response rate is only 10% because they usually ignore the mails. Okay, so any advertisements, if you can see from Big Bazaar and from Trends, you ignore it, right? They give you the discount offers, everything that will be mailed to you if you want to go and buy back the products. But what you people do, you ignore it, isn't it? The same way here also happens. So in the mail interview, what they do, they just ignore the mails. They don't respond to the respondents very easily. So successful response rate is only 10%. That is the disadvantage we have in mail survey. Next, it is incentives can increase results. So that can increase the results. The next we have is personal interview. We have already discussed the advantage and disadvantage of that. Okay, and the last is we have pilot survey. So this is also one of the method of collecting the primary data. So what is this pilot survey? Survey meaning I have already taught you. What do you mean by survey? Survey is nothing but an systematic act of collecting the information through a questionnaire. You go to an individual, provide a questionnaire and take up the information. You go to a group of people, you give that questionnaire and take up the information. That is a survey. So census survey you people have heard. So once in a 10 years you will get a census. So every people come to your house and they take up the information. That is also a primary sources of data. So survey means it is an act of collecting the information from an individual through a questionnaire. So what is pilot? So before distributing the questionnaire directly to all the audience, what they do here is they do the pre-testing. So what do you mean by pre-testing? So they'll take a small group of people and from that small group of people, they do pre-testing of questionnaire. So that in this pre-testing of questionnaire on a small group is called as what? Pilot survey. Pilot survey is nothing but taking up the information from the small group by pre-testing the questionnaire. So from this pre-testing of questionnaire, it will be helpful for the statistician, it will be helpful for the researcher to understand what are the default we have in the questions. Is there any errors that has to be corrected? And what is the time taken? What is the cost that will be incur for taking up the information through questionnaires? All this information will be available through the information through pilot survey. So this is very important and nowadays used. So before directly reaching the people through the questionnaire, they pre-test the questionnaire, and that pre-testing questionnaire on a small group is called as what? Pilot survey. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope this session was very interesting, fruitful, and you people have liked the session. Whatever topics we have discussed, you people have liked it. Thank you so much once again for joining me. Smile is the biggest jewel you can wear, so keep smiling. Thank you.